right, party people, here we go. This is what we're going to do today. All right, thank you. Here we go. This is Jeremy Rupp with another video talking about something super awesome for all you real estate agents that want to absolutely crush it. This concept is, well, maybe I'm just slow and you're going to say, I knew about this a long time ago, but I'm guessing that you haven't. So I'm going to move my noggin out of the way here and allow you to see what I'm talking about. This is a pretty cool concept in my humble opinion. And so let's see if you agree. All right, I'm going to put my head over here because it seems like the best place to not be in the way. We've got a little HGTV going on in the background here, but so this is what's going on. So we have a timeline here. Okay, we have, let's say it's starting off in 2019 and it's ending somewhere in 2020, right? So irregardless of when it is, we have a timeline, okay? And then on a 1 to 10 scale, meaning 1 is 10%, 2 is 20%, 3 is 30% of the amount of transactions that we're doing. The idea here, the concept here, which I feel is a really important part of wrapping our head around how to effectively be relevant for a long period of time. Like this is a big mind shift for a lot of folks out there in terms of how to get this all to work. So right here we have in blue, we have what we're calling paid traffic. Okay, so we have pay-per-click ads, we have Facebook ads, we have whatever it is, it's ads, right? 25 years ago, it was TV or it was radio or whatever it was, and now it's going to be more digital because it's far more effective. Okay, and then in the red, what we have is organic. So we can call that door knocking. We can call that cold calling. We could call that engaging on Facebook. We could have a YouTube channel. We could do a lot of other things that are more quote unquote organic, where we're using our time to get the traffic. We're not using just straight up dollars to get it. Okay. So the concept here is that no matter where we are in our business cycle of life, we have, well, first of all, in my personal opinion and the opinions of many experts that I've surrounded myself with over the years, is that we should have both, right? And there's sort of like a two-cylinder engine a little bit when it comes to this generating traffic concept, okay? And again, one is paid and one is organic. So the idea is that if 10 represents 100% of all of our transactions, and in the beginning of whatever phase, just to illustrate a point, in the beginning, let's say a person is starting from scratch, right? So 0% of their transactions, assuming they did both at the same time, would come from the organic side because they haven't done it. It takes time. Organic traffic doesn't just happen where you all of a sudden put a post on Facebook. Well, I guess it could happen, but it's unlikely. We're saying, hey, I'm a real estate agent, everybody, woo woo. And then transactions just fall in your lap. Can happen, doesn't always. However, on the paid ad side, it's much more common where if you hired the right folks, I guess, have a paid campaign, like a pay-per-click campaign as an example, and all of a sudden you do get transactions. Those people are intentionally looking for you. They're raising their hand, and you've targeted them they're raising their hand to find someone like you, a real estate agent that does what you do. Okay, so here's the idea, is that in the beginning, we have an example of a person starting from scratch, and they have paid and they have organic. So all of their transactions come from paid. None come from organic. But over time, as their organic ramps up, okay, and again, this timeline could be 1 month, frankly, or it could be 18 months, or it could be 10 years, or whatever it is. The idea is that they need to communicate with each other, right? So me personally, I wouldn't always advocate just running at full steam ahead with paid traffic all the time. Okay. Now, depending on your goals, you could change my opinion a little bit, but for the most part, most people that are going to want to be in that, say, $100,000 to $200,000 or $300,000 income range, and maybe a little bit more than that, just depending on your part of the country and the transaction values in your area. What we're going to want to do is have this balance, okay? Some of this has to do with personality, has to do with a lot of things, right? But having, on the flip side of that, having zero paid traffic doesn't fill in those gaps, right? Because there are gaps. There's times of the year where the market is doing things that are a little bit out of our control, or all the people in our sphere happen to just all at one time not want to engage and do any transactions. There's things that happen. So having this two-cylinder engine of folks that are coming from two different traffic sources is a very powerful concept. So let's fast forward to this part of the graph where we're past the ramp up and ramp down, where they're in unison, right? So depending on you, what your personality is, maybe you do want to be up in this 70 or 80 or 60 to 80% of the organic. But that's a different human that wants to do that versus the person that has zero interest in any Facebook stuff or any of these organic methodologies that are becoming effective these days. And the paid side is much more effective. So again, really what we want to do is we want to have a little bit of each, and they need to communicate with each other. The concept here that I feel like is really powerful is just the aha moment that these two things complement each other, okay? So let's say you are a 100% organic traffic human. I feel that it's important to just grasp the concept that some effectively strategized paid traffic is going to benefit you dramatically, right? There's going to be, every business does this a little bit, right? And what we want to do is we want to take those waves out, have it be more of a constant. If it's going to fluctuate, it'll be like this. Paid traffic can do that gap. On the flip side, there's folks that only have paid traffic, and we need to fill in a little bit of organic so we can take away those fluxes and have them be a little bit smaller, okay? So putting your name out there, branding yourself, engaging with folks on Facebook and Instagram, and having a couple YouTube, all that sort of stuff, right? So having a little bit of each can really benefit one another. So anyway, I hope this concept helped you. Thanks again. I really, really appreciate your engagement here. So reach out, do whatever you got to do, leave some comments, and I really appreciate you hanging out. And if you have any reason to reach out, please do, and we'd love to hear from you. Have an awesome day.